Rob and Kale Podcasts. Rob Sanders.
Clemson is going to kick the shit out of the South Carolina Gamecocks probably for the next 10 years every time they run across each other.
Kale Carolina Jackpot Hall.
The South Carolina Gamecocks are weaker than a plate full of piss.
The Rob and Kale Podcasts.
And thank you to the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. James E. Cornett from Louisville, Kentucky. Even they know what is real, ladies and gentlemen. And November is coming. One of my favorite phrases on this podcast, by the way. And by the way, during the history of this podcast, the South Carolina football team has never beaten the Clemson Tigers on the field. But anyway, I do have
he didn't want to have a fucking podcast back when that was going on. I asked him about it. He said, "Nah, bro, I'm good. Got family stuff to attend to."
They didn't have podcasts back then, sir. You're fucking.
No, they absolutely did.
Nah, nobody wants to hear all that shit. Anyway, I do have a good friend that is a part of Gamecock Nation. He's the number one YouTuber on the planet as far as Gamecock football is concerned. He is not in the Big L tonight. He is coming to you from the upstate, where I think deep down in his soul, down there in the cockles of his heart, right in between the cockles of his heart and his colon, he is a Clemson fan. But he comes tonight representing the South Carolina Gamecocks. He's Mr. Cale Hall. Carolina Jackpot, what's going on, buddy?
Not much. A lot of what you just spewed out was absolute nonsense and bullshit, but do we need to take your temperature?
Take my temperature for what?
Do we need to come get you? Do we need to come take you in the morning to urgent care and give you a physical? Something absolutely wrong with you there. You're talking about colons and cockles of my soul and fucking Clemson. I can assure you none of that is true.
Oh, now. You should be nice. I mean, Mr. Cornett, the head of the cult of Cornett, he knows. You heard what he said. Gamecocks are weaker than a plate full of piss. But I tell you what, we're going to have one of our favorite segments tonight. It's called, I think I'm going to call it, it's our new favorite game show. It's called Jackpot Slaps Your Ass Down on Twitter. We'll have that for you in just a little bit.
Oh, God.
There are people that are saying things, and I'm just like, Jesus, Jackpot's out there. He's working hard. And then you people come with this stupidity, and he has to slow down for a second and act like he's the Ultimate Warrior from 1988 when he whipped the Honky Tonks man's ass at SummerSlam. He has to come in and slap you for about 45 seconds and then run out of the damn ring because he's got work to do. That is what some of you...
I'm going to shake the ropes and yell and scream and bounce off two of them and just splash you.
Yeah, fair enough with that. All right. Anyway, it's absolutely true, but it's called Jackpot Slaps You Down on Twitter. We'll have that game for you in a moment. And we're going to have some other things. Jackpot wants to talk about teams that could be sleepers this year, right, Jackpot?
Well, sleeping giants, in other words, not so much this year, just a program in general.
He did promise me that he wasn't going to come at me with, I'm not going to go with South Carolina, which, feeds into what I said earlier. Cockles of heart, colon, tiger paw, right there in Jackpot. I don't know.
No, it's because, we've already, that ship's already sailed. We already talked that too much.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, well, we'll get into that in a moment. Let's thank our sponsors, Calloway's Bar and Grill, the Calloway's Pick'em Challenge, Pick'em contest that we do every year, Jackpot. I've been putting it in the show links. The description is right there. You can go and check it out. You send Jackpot $20. We do not. Someone sent me, do you accept pesos? No, we do not accept pesos. We do not accept Bitcoin. It is cold hard cash, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you can send us. Okay? I mean, let's you send $20 to Jackpot, you pick 11, it's 10 games against the spread every week. We're going to find out who can actually pick football games here. Okay? B-Bean says, what about rubles? No rubles, no yen, none of that. It's cold hard American cash. $20 bill, send that to Jackpot. And you you can get into the Callaway's Pick'em Challenge, of course.
Yeah,
Sponsored
it has to be regular money because I can't pay the winner. Say, here's your here's your $2,480 in money and $20 in Bitcoin.
Yeah, don't send us pictures of your old woman's boobs either. No one wants to see that shit. It has to be cash.
Hey. Let someone else be the judge of that.
We prefer cash, ladies and gentlemen. Do that. All right. Anyway, Callaway's Bar and Grill. You Georgia fans, I'm telling you, I know there is a shit ton of you that are coming to Columbia this year for week 3. You need to go to Callaway's and have dinner the night before. You can watch whatever Friday night shit game that's on there, play retro video games, find some South Carolina fans that halfway know what's going on with life, and get yourself some good food. Go and sleep it off, then go up and watch the game on Saturday. You should be doing that at Callaway's when you come to town.
When Georgia comes to town every other year, because all those old dumpy shit motels out on the damn Beltline area of Columbia that always have a damn vacancy sign on are suddenly full.
Yeah, they're definitely full. And I think they took some of those FEMA trailers and like they put them out there too. So there's that. They just have them out there in different parking lots.
Where hospitality.
Hospitality. Anyway, don't come to Columbia and say, you know what? I think I'm gonna go to Applebee's. Don't do that. Go to an actual mom and pop spot. That would be Callaway's Bar and Grill, Callaway'sBarandGrill.com. You could probably, if you walk into the right time, you might actually have a beer with the guy that owns the damn place.
Well, Applebee's is classy. I mean, for a Georgia fan. Yeah, I mean that's high end dining. Honestly, I mean it's like anybody else going to like Ruth's Chris Steakhouse or something.
Yeah,
of that nature. Yeah,
Hall's Chop House. Yeah, all of that too.
Yeah. Didn't tweet about it. Hold on. I need to answer some questions here in the comment because people inquiring minds want to know. Zona Tucson asked me if I ever been to Baltimore, Maryland. Yes. Then he asked me, have I ever had carne asada fries? No. Have not.
Someone asked if your Twitter handle. It's at Hall_Kale.
Right? Yep, that's it.
That's original.
You just type in Carolina Jackpot.
All right, so we've got that. Also, from DNC Trucking and Transport, the fireside chats with Uncle Jackpot. He tells us a story every Wednesday and Sunday night, exclusively here on the program. Jackpot, what you got?
Okay, well, it sucks to be a Gamecock. Our team has scored 3 points against Clemson in 988 days. Our fan base thinks that we actually have a shot in November, when in reality we don't. Bless our stupid little hearts. It sucks to be a Gamecock. As always, go Tigers.
Yeah, bless your sweet little hearts. Oh, I think we can go to Clemson and win. Oh, aren't you just sweet? Bless your heart. Bless your heart. All right, Jackpot. I tell you what, before we get it, do you want to do Sleeping Giants or do you want to do Jackpot slaps you down first? All right, so you want to talk about Sleeping Giants. Who do you have as your list of a program that may be a sleeping giant, Jackpot?
Well, a lot of people might not agree with me, and that's fine. But I think that Missouri is a sleeping giant. I think that, being an SEC program, they're in a unique spot in the country where they can recruit both kind of like Southwestern talent and some Midwestern talent. They're not that far from the St. Louis area, which is football rich. They could put a wall around the state of Missouri. And honestly, I think with the right coach, the right mindset, the right attitude, they could kind of be, I don't know, like a Big Ten program in the SEC and slap some people around. I honestly believe that.
So is that your only sleeping giant that you think is in the mix for Jackpot? All right, who else you got?
I think, well, I think this is a team I wouldn't necessarily call a sleeping giant, but it's a team and a program that is just – I don't think they're as good as they should be, and that would be Penn State. Why is Penn State perpetually like 9-3? Penn State should be battling Ohio State for that top spot in the Big Ten East, and they're just not doing it. I mean, there are too many kids from the state of Pennsylvania leaving the state of Pennsylvania, going to Ohio State, ending up places like that, and I think they should be able to build a wall around that state and have any player there that they want. With their tradition, their history, I don't know if James Franklin is the right fit. I mean, this guy's been there for a while, and he's done absolutely dick. I mean, no playoff appearances, no Big Ten championships. They might have won a damn New Year's Six bowl, but I mean, who cares? I mean, this team has won national championships in the past, and I think they should be at that level again.
All right, do you have another one, Jack Potter? Can I give a couple here? When I thought about this, I've got one that's solid, but Jackpot,
go ahead.
As my daughter destroys stuff here in front of me. Anyway, my team that I think is a sleeping giant is Central Florida. And okay. I know people are like, huh? Why? Well, first of all, they're right in the middle of Florida. And to be honest, they're going to have the option to get a lot of Florida kids that some of the Florida schools just aren't going to get, in my opinion. And I think that with their coach, the old sweater vest that's down there, I think he's going to have he's also got the ability to get recruits too that in the transfer portal. And hey, it's easier to go to, hey, come to Florida and play football. Or you could take your ass to Penn State and play for James Franklin, who really hasn't done anything. So I think Central Florida, and by the way, they have one of the biggest, I think they've got like one of the highest enrollment rates in the country as far as just the amount of students coming in. And that's important because that means the school has money. And
you know what state, what school, that meant to cut you off, has like the third or fourth biggest enrollment in the country that you would never think about?
Who's that?
Liberty.
I thought about that. Because of the whole the tie-in with religion and everything else. Yeah, you're probably right about that.
Yep.
Oh yeah, but I think that Central Florida is that one team that is a quote unquote sleeping giant, and if Gus Malzahn is committed to staying there, and that's important because you got consistency is key here. If he is committed to staying there, and he's like, you know what, I don't want people to be saying, you know what, we don't play we're not an SEC school, we're not this, we're not that. Nah, I'm not all about all that. I'm going to try to build myself up here, sort of like Bobby Bowden did at Florida State when they were basically a clown college. And they are my sleeping giant as far as program goes. So, do you have any
solid.
More? Yeah,
that's solid. And I don't have any others, in mind.
Well, I've got a couple of other ones that I thought I would throw your way here. The first one that is interesting to me is I think Virginia or Virginia Tech should be better than they are. They have the ability to recruit. That's the Virginia area where there's been a lot of great talent that's come through there, and they've got, especially Virginia Tech, they've got a pretty rabid fan base. They shouldn't be as shitty as they are. I don't understand why they kind of get overlooked so much, but either one of those schools, and I don't know if Tony Elliott's going to be the guy that can bring them out of the shadows up there at Virginia. When he was at ACC kickoff a couple of weeks ago, he came in sporting Clemson, like custom Clemson sneakers, which was kind of, they had Clemson stuff on them. It's like, man, you're supposed to be the head guy here at Virginia.
Well, damn.
I understand Clemson's part of your past, but holy shit with all that, dude,
Well, so, Virginia Tech was really good. And then I don't know, around 2010. But what was it like? Was it in 2010 or 2011 maybe when Clemson played them in the ACC championship game and absolutely just fucking just bitch slapped them?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah,
that was the beginning of the end, kind of the Virginia Tech program. And in those last few years there, with Danny Beamer, were just kind of hard to watch. And I think he probably overstayed his welcome a little bit, kind of like Bobby Bowden. Probably should have gotten out of there about 2012 instead of 2015. And then, I mean, they brought in Justin Fuente, who was just an absolute failure. So they're kind of in a bad spot right now. Got to dig themselves out of a hole. But that guy who's there, Brent Pry, he's got some deep ties to Virginia Tech, so maybe he will. Maybe he'll get them out of the shitter. I don't know. Virginia was doing pretty good. I mean, they were doing pretty good there with old Bronco Mendenhall. What is that? Is there more to that story than what people let on? Why did he just up and quit? I mean,
I have no clue. I mean, because I thought that was like one of the safe, he was safe there. That was a great place for him to be. And, and he could have been consistent there and been, and had them, winning 8, 9 games every year. And then every other year kind of, stumbling into a 10 or 11 win season. Then all of a sudden, bam, look at Virginia doing this. So,
can you give this idiot JT Thompson some attention over in the comment section? Carolina is alternate reality, still believing they belong in the SEC. Jesus Christ.
we should have history. We may do this in the off season. We can actually do an entire show on why South Carolina is in the SEC and the story behind it, because it's actually really, really good. If you're a Gamecock fan, if you don't remember the history of it and how they got into the league in 1991 or whatever it was, it's actually, and Biscuit's got a good point. They've been there for 30 years. Now, you can sit here and mock and say, all right, they haven't been one of the best SEC football programs. And I know Gamecock fans will get pissed. Well, we had that 5-year run. Just fuck off with all that for just a minute. All right. But they've done some good things in the SEC. They've won 2 national titles in basketball and women's basketball, been to the Final Four in men's hoops, 2 national titles in baseball. I mean,
almost 4.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not like they haven't done it in football. And here's the thing. I think a lot of Gamecock fans, they trade everything I just said for that one SEC championship in football. They would. And, maybe Shane Beamer's the guy that can get them there. I don't know. We shall see. That's the best part about it. So we shall see how that goes. But my other team, Jackpot, that I think is a sleeping giant and it's going to piss off some folks, Georgia Tech should be better than they are.
Yep.
Right there in the heart of Georgia. I think that Jeff Collins is a walking disaster, but right there in the heart of Atlanta with all that good football in the state of Georgia, they should be better than they are, period. They really, really should. And the fact that they may win 3 or 4 games this year is just kind of a shame, because I can remember the days back when Georgia Tech was really good. They really, really were. And now they're, not so much.
Jay Shipe says Gamecocks get retreaded Florida coaches. Yeah, just like Shane Beamer. Yeah.
Anyway.
Some of the stuff is old and stale, guys. Come on now. You can come up with something better than that.
Biscuit says no one wants
I gotta agree with you. They gotta find their niche. They had the niche there with Paul Johnson running that triple option offense. Everybody's like, oh well, you're not gonna be able to get the high school recruits to come here to play that offense. Bullshit. You can get them to come in there and play Power 5 football for a Power 5 school, get an education at Georgia Tech. You absolutely can.
Yep. All right. Well, there you go. There's our supposed sleeper teams, Jackpot. Now, Jackpot, I tell you what, man, we've got to we're going to play everyone's favorite game. Jackpot slaps you down on Twitter. Let's go to our first bit of slapping. Not really slapping, just Jackpot basically strutting it out here with the on another program. Jackpot, you talked about read your comment there if you don't mind, sir.
Oh, by the way, B Bean, tell us who your sleeper team is since our list was so weak. I'd like to know. My God. Yeah, the Spurs Up show, dude. They had a thread there about Gamecock uniforms, what they'd like to see, unis. What are we going to wear here? What's our record being in this uniform, that uniform, whatever? And I just kind of replied to that tweet. The uniform color or combo means Jack. It's the heart, desire, and willingness to do whatever it takes to win underneath it. Cliche, but true.
Yeah, it is weird. And like Beamer kind of got rid of all that. And that was one of the things he did last season that I was like, you know what, good for you, sir. When they were, because there was some dipshit reporter that was up there. Well, what uniform are you gonna wear this week? And he's like, we're not doing that anymore. Muschamp had the whole thing with battle armor. This is, and then every Thursday, it's like what we're going to wear this week, what we're gonna go get our fucking throat punched in with this week. Is basically what it came down.
The battle armor.
Yeah, the battle armor. But yeah, and I've never been one to get hyped up for the whole uniform thing, but
somebody should have battled his armor.
Yeah, well, there you go with that. But Shane Beamer got rid of all that shit. And you know what? I think it's great because if you have the mentality of, look, we're going to wear the same shit at home every week, whether it's black pants, white shirt, red helmet. Then on the road, we're going to wear white pants, black shirt, red helmet, whatever. You know what it's going to be. And then we'll have a special thing every
We've
now.
never once worn a red helmet, but okay.
Well, but you know, I thought you didn't have the garnet helmet one time with the logo.
Yeah, it was garnet, it wasn't red.
Okay, garnet helmet, whatever. Jackpot.
Georgia's ugly fucking color is red. Ours is garnet.
Yeah. All right, Jackpot, fine. But you get where I'm coming from. Just have the same thing. So Jackpot letting people know it's not about the uniforms. All right, up next.
Sir South Carolina going 5-7. Why don't you tell us what fucking games we're going to win and lose since you seem to be so educated on the subject there. Tell us which ones we're going to lose.
I'm going to open up the phone lines here tonight in just a little bit. Once we get through Jackpot slaps you down on Twitter. We're going to have that for you in just a moment. But I want Sir UGAA to call tonight and explain.
He's going to call.
He can't call, but
he probably don't have no thumbs.
He doesn't have any thumbs, Jackpot? Get the fuck out of here.
He might have a special cell phone. I don't know. This is Herbert comment on Tennessee. This was actually on the YouTube comment section when I did my season preview for the Vols, and which I said that I think South Carolina will have the most improved offense in the SEC this year. I mean, I believe that. Here he's talking about he steps all over himself here.
You want me to read it,
Your defense last year had a real hard time with our offense and their speed of play. We caught you out of position and confused at times. Okay, that's all true. That's not going to change. I beg to differ. Question is, can you score and keep up? Remember, you didn't like our offense. You called it like gimmickry. Tennessee will be 3 or 4 times better. That means your offense has to be 5 times better than last year. You keep telling me you're going to have 5 times the numbers. Shit, no, you're not. You're going to be better, but not 5 times. Okay, so Tennessee's going to be 3 times better. So Hendon Ho threw for about 3,000 yards last year. So he's going to throw for 9,000 to 12,000 yards this year?
That's, we have to give Biscuit credit for that. Hendon Hooker had this amazing year, and you think that he's going to have a better year than he had last year. Slow the fuck down. Holy shit with all that. Just hope that he makes those numbers, and then your defense decides to stop somebody for a couple of fucking plays. That should be your logic if you're a Tennessee fan. All right, up next, this is also on the
This is Spencer Warren. Here's a stat from last year for all the fans that say Heupels, spelled wrong. This is hard to read. Is an air raid simplistic offense. Here are last year's number running the ball, 53%, passing 47%. I bet that shocks people. Yes, they are very balanced. In fall camp, they are opening offense up more is the word. So you didn't see all of Heupel's explosive offense. Word is they are even faster snapping the ball with now 5 seconds gone on the shot clock instead of an average of 8 seconds. The only way you can hang where did they hang the peach baskets from the goalposts on the practice field? The only way you can hang with the Vols is to have a high scoring office with depth and a decent defense. No depth, you will get gassed by tuned quarter. See Mizzou at SC game last year as example. ESPN has said Vols have best chance of any team on Bama's schedule to beat them. Kentucky has SEC 9NF best chance of beating. Is this Greek or hillbilly?
I mean, all right, look, first of all, let me help this gentleman out. Offense is spelled with an S, not a C. Defense is also spelled with an S, not a C. There is no shot clock in fucking football, sir. If you're talking about Rick Barnes and what he's going to do, Rick Barnes is probably the week before the South Carolina game is probably going to have nightmares about G.G. Jackson and what G.G. Jackson is going to do. But we'll worry about the shot clock then. All right. But there is no fucking shot clock in football, sir. That's why it's hard for me to take you Tennessee fans seriously, because you think there's a fucking shot clock in football. Oh, it's called a play clock, sir. And it's a second. See, it's 2ND, not 2MD. I don't know what the fuck ESPN is. Can anyone explain that to me? What is ESPN?
It looks kind of like spam, like not like the email like spam, but like the stuff in the can that tastes really good when you fry it.
You like spam? You fry up some spam, Jackpot? That's not bad.
Spam with mustard when it's not quite burned, but it's really, really, really well done. And some toast. You take 2 pieces of loaf bread, toast it, put some mustard on there, some pickles, and some spam. Man,
good eating right there. Another comment, and Jackpot actually sent me this. He said Tennessee fans wonder why we say shit about them. We say shit about them because their comments are like this.
And I don't, this guy, he was, I don't remember what he was telling me. He was talking about our schedule. And I said, well, I mean, look at your non-conference schedule. I'm like, it's pretty pathetic. I'm like, you got 100% chance of winning 3 games. And probably I say a 70% on the third one. And, I said, you don't face a top 5 team in a non-conference. And to which he said, and you don't face Bama and Georgia each year. UT and South Carolina schedules are even on the difficulty scale each year. Yeah. But we both face Georgia.
Holy shit.
I mean,
Wait, what? What the fuck? I got nothing. I mean, someone needs to remember, inform this guy. South Carolina plays in the SEC East, so they're gonna play Georgia every single year. What this guy should have said was,
I don't know shit about fuck,
and just move on. But he just kept on typing. Punch out, ladies and gentlemen, when you start these comments, because some of them are really bad. The next one, Jesus Christ, Jackpot. Karen Torres. basically says rent free because you love that phrase so much. Go Vols. I think we get under your skin because even in our down decade and a half, your program still can't compare. You wish you had the tradition and success that we've had. There's no reason why historically the Shamecock should have been so bad, but y'all have been. It must eat you up to know that you'll never recruit to a level true to compete for national titles. The best you can hope for is a lightning in a bottle like Spurrier, but will never have sustained success like your daddies. 28-10 all time, and we've been hot dog water for almost 2 decades. I do think it'll be a close game this year, though, but it'll fall our way because we still have something to play for, and y'all will be lucky to get to the toilet bowl.
Okay.
Jackpot, go ahead.
You do realize we're 7-7 against them since 2008, but anyway, I did say you're not wrong. However, if it becomes a down decade and a half, you're not just down; you're just a sorry program. I mean, I did throw the jab in there. We won't recruit to the level. We're not cheating, stuffing money in fast food bags, hiring pie in the sky snake charmer head coaches, i.e. Butch Jones, i.e. Jeremy Pruitt, i.e. ... insert name here.
Yeah. I mean, it's I don't know. It's insane. It's funny that they think like that too when they haven't been really good at all. Anyway, the last one.
Bean says UF is South Carolina's daddy. Yes, last year we were guilty of parental abuse.
Exactly. All right, Jackpot.
Yeah, okay, this is some dumb fuck Clemson fan. This was over on Instagram. I went there today. I don't know. It's clearing some stuff up. And Spurs Up show dude back earlier in the summer was talking about the 5 best South Carolina quarterbacks. He had put up like a poll. And I said, you kind of got to include Todd Ellis on there. The guy, ushered in the run and shoot offense. I mean, threw a hell of a lot of touchdowns. Yeah, he threw a hell of a lot of interceptions. But I'd made the comment on there to Spurs Up show dude that, quarterbacks threw a lot more interceptions back then. And they just did. And this is actually a Clemson fan, goes by the Instagram handle Charles Loves Jessica. Okay.
Who cheated on who? Wait.
I think Jessica took the long dick, but anyway, it's at Carolina School.
Got it.
Looks like you're mistaken, which I had said. 1989, when Todd Ellis went down injury in that NC State game, that we were 5. I said we were undefeated. Okay, we were 5-1-1. Fucking excuse me. He said South Carolina was 5-1-1 going to the game. He got hurt. None of the games after that changed Ellis at quarterback. How in the hell do you think interceptions were more prevalent back then? Teams throw more touchdowns than interceptions now. Ellis was inconsistent. He was fortunate to have good defenses. Okay. Did you ever live through the 1986 season? On a good note, the video of you watching 221 Clemson football game is an all-time classic. Which, I let this idiot know that just now found a comment hating the fact that it's gone.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. I'll bring it back up.
Hating the fact that didn't respond to it.
Hold on. I'm bringing it back up. Give me a second. I thought you were done. My bad. All right. There it is. So here's your response. Go ahead.
Go back and look at the stats of Vinny Testaverde, Steve Berline, any college football quarterback that got drafted. Receivers not as athletic. There's not enough technology and coaching to be able to. And I had said something about proper route running, stuff like that. You didn't have as many wide receivers either. I mean, you basically either lined 1 or 2 up, so it wasn't no real question of where the ball was going. But anyway, right. I mean, some dumb fuck Clemson fan knows more about my own team than I did, and I went to every damn game back then. We had seasons tickets, and I was a big old cock then too. So yeah, don't tell me what the fuck I already know.
Exactly. All right, Jackpot. We're gonna open up the phones. 803-470-2905. That is the number to dial. I'm putting the number on the bottom of the screen, so it's just like Sesame Street when you were a kid. Yes. There you go. Call the show now. 803-470-2905. if you would like to get involved with the program. Very simple. That's the way to do it. And the lines are open. We're going to welcome into the program. Good evening.
Hey, it's Big Barney Ross. It's that time of year. Football season is right here upon us, ladies and gentlemen. And everybody's talking crazy. Our right tackle's going to throw for 17 touchdowns. Our punter's going to have the most sacks. Look, I've never understood this. Teams will argue with each other that's going to come in second, third, and fourth. You know, in Major League Baseball, everybody hates the Yankees because they always win and have the highest payroll. It's just easy to hate them. Why don't they do that in SEC football? Why don't we talk smack about Georgia and Alabama? But instead, you know, we're on here about Kentucky, Missouri, Vanderbilt, you know, the bottom tier. Yeah, we're your daddy. We own you. Yeah. All right. Well, you're going to come in third. Have a great year. Big Barney Ross. Y'all think about that. I'm out of here.
He's right. Y'all have a great year finishing fucking third.
Papa B says no crying from Jackpot this year when they were losing to Vandy in the fourth quarter with the backup quarterback. No, I didn't cry. They were losing. When I cried, they weren't losing to Vandy with a backup quarterback. We were losing with the damn starting quarterback. The damn backup quarterback came in from the fucking I don't know. He put his clipboard and his blackboard down and came in there and threw a damn touchdown pass.
All right, welcome into the program. Good evening. I mean, that's all you've got? Okay.
You fucking redneck, cousin fucking, chicken fucking, hillbilly, goddamn East Tennessee outlaw mud show piece of shit.
803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. Call the program if you want to get involved with the show. Want to talk about your team that is your sleeping giant?
Leonard has asked this question twice. Who is your choice? Who would be your choice to replace Satterfield after Beamer fires him after the season to save his own ass? That's interesting. What would you think? I wouldn't even know where to start.
Well, and I think it's going to come down to, I think he's going to try to find someone that has the offense that the kind of offense that he wants to run. I think that Shane Beamer, and you got to remember the start of this, and I'm not making excuses for Beamer. You signed on, you knew what you were getting into, but this is still fuckery from Will Muschamp. And people are like, why? Why are you saying that? Because he brought Mike Bobo into the program. And people seem to forget that Mike Bobo said, hey, I'm going to stay and be your offensive coordinator, Shane Beamer. But then he was a cocksucking pussy bitch and left in the middle of the night and ran out on his word. And I'm not a Gamecock fan at all, but he gave his word to someone. He said, I'll be your offensive coordinator.
Him and Tracy Rocker both loaded up their matching Ford Pintos, cleaned their damn lockers out in the middle of the night, and hightailed it.
Yeah, and they just left.
Hightailed it down to Auburn, had a losing fucking season, lost to fucking Houston in the damn nobody gives a fuck bowl, and almost got their damn coach fired after some bitch hadn't even been there a damn year yet.
But then Shane Beamer thought, all right, I've got that figured out. I've got someone that's a veteran offensive mind that knows the ropes here at Columbia. This is something that's great that can help the program. And guess what happened? He had to go out and find an offensive coordinator after everybody had already been through the coaching searches and everything else. He thought he had it done, and that pussy bitch packed up in the middle of the night. People need to understand this. That's just the way that it is, and you got to be fair with that kind of thing.
Did
get somebody off the woodpile?
Did they fire him, or is he still their OC?
No, he's not there anymore. Welcome to the program. Good evening.
Hey, I know South Carolina's been rolling in the SEC with a whopping 0 championships. SEC. I just want to know, Jack Paul, how was that 1969 ACC title feel?
Feels great. I mean, we have more of them than Miami does. And they've been in the league a lot longer than we have.
803-470-2905, 803-470-2905 if you'd like to join the program for this evening. But yeah, and he had to get Satterfield, who, let's be honest, has a bit of a checkered past, but he had to get somebody in there to call plays.
Yeah, it's, you're not going to get the creme de la creme when you're working on a short timeline.
All right, let's see who this is. Welcome to the program. Good evening. Yo, spill it.
Yeah, what's up?
What you got for the show,
What's
man?
up?
The one thing Carolina needs to do is grow a bigger bag.
Wait, what? All right.
But you're not committed to winning. I mean, it's very simple.
All right. Well, thank you, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate you calling the show. You have a good night. I mean,
5-star caller.
I tell you what, it is late this evening, but that caller,
that's fucking trash.
Do better. Do better. Let's go back out to the phones. All right. So this person has called 3 times this evening. Let's see if he gets it right the third time. Welcome to the program.
Nope.
Okay. Here's the deal, sir. If you're going to keep calling the program and trying to screw with the phone lines, I have 16,000 followers on Twitter. I'm going to tweet out your phone number. Don't call and fuck with the program. That's how this shit works. All right? Tired of the silliness. You want to sit here and fuck around, that's fine. If you want to call and actually do something that's worthwhile for the program, we'd love to take your call. If you want to be a cunt, then we'll treat you like a cunt. We'll send your phone number to everyone on the planet. How's that working out for you? 803-470-2905, 803-470.
You want to be a cunt, we're going to treat you like a cunt and grow a big hairy bush on top of you.
Exactly. All right, 803-470.
Zona Tucson said that this kitchen was Georgia red. It actually could be Arizona red there, buddy. Y'all got a little bit of it in your color scheme.
That looks like some hot pink. Yeah. Is that hot
The other
pink?
thing up here above my head, that looks kind of like an arrow, doesn't it?
Yeah, how did you get that?
I don't know, but well, it's the Gamecocks. That's our trajectory. We're moving forward, onward and forward.
It looks like the Hillary Clinton H from her election in 2006.
I got it. I actually got it put there when Will Muschamp was a coach, but it kind of didn't go anywhere. Now it's moving again.
Okay. All right, 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. Biscuit says it looks backwards. Good point. Damn it, Biscuit.
Come on, Biscuit. It's not nice.
All right, 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. Big Orange Slice Abe says Rob loves the 80s hits that make him feel that Big D energy. I'm sorry, you don't like 80s music? Okay. I mean, all right. What's wrong with 80s music? He doesn't like 80s music, Jackpot. What's his problem?
What was that singer? What was the one that you was giving the Georgia fans shit about last year?
It wasn't REM, was it? I don't think it was giving him shit.
No, it was some. No, I can't remember.
Oh, with Blondie.
Yes, that's it.
Blondie, yeah. I can't play that anymore because it doesn't work. Can't play that song anymore, because it just doesn't work anymore. So that's not going to work for them. Thomas says that looks like the arrow at his local strip club. Okay. Biscuit says that's the last time that Tennessee was relevant. Good point. All right. Well, 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. JT Thompson says, great show. Keep it up. Carolina must move forward. The only other option is backwards. Fuck that.
Who was the coach at Tennessee the last time when they won their national championship? Was that Johnny Majors?
think it was Fulmer, wasn't it, in 1998?
Oh, okay, yeah, it was.
Yeah, didn't they win it with Fulmer in '98?
Yeah.
All right. Leonard says Uncle Lou threw out Arenado's name as a potential replacement for Saban whenever he hangs it up. Thoughts? I think Arenado's I think he's happy at Baylor, but like, and Jackpot, tell me if you feel like this too. No one wants to go in and take that job after Saban, I mean, because you're trying to fill what Saban did there. So I think they're gonna have it's almost like the Iron Sheik, where they have like a transitional champion. They'll bring in the Iron Sheik, beat whoever the hell he beat.
Bob
and then
Backlund.
Hulk Hogan. And so he beat Bob Backlund.
Mr. Bob Backlund.
Hulk Hogan. Yeah, Mr. Bob Backlund. I think that's what they'll have. They have a transitional guy. And if the transitional guy takes off and rolls with it, then they'll keep him. But if not, they'll go find somebody else. Uranata. Sorry, Baylor man. I didn't pronounce his name correctly. Uranda. Okay.
Aranda.
His name. Aranda. Guy who coaches at Baylor. There you go. So Biscuit says, who would follow Saban? Butch Jones? That's not really that crazy because he'd be the perfect transitional guy. So there's that too.
Who was that?
Yeah. Butch Jones. Why not?
Get the fuck out of here. Fuck.
He's in Saban recovery camp. Why not?
Yeah, and he's a damn coach right now at Arkansas State. He gets housed every fucking Saturday. They ain't gonna hire him.
Arkansas State. Thomas wants to know if
they wouldn't hire him to clean the damn jock straps.
Why not? All right, hold on. Let's go to the phones. And welcome to the program. Good evening.
Good evening. This is Bob Fulton. How are you doing this late night?
Sir, Bob Fulton has passed away. I will not have you.
Hey, Bob
Fulton.
Nice to
Walker, the stadium rocks. Oh my, Tommy. Once he got going, he can run the 110 too. He just outrun everyone. What game was it? What year?
What's that?
Hello?
I don't know.
Hello?
Tell us what year. Hello.
What was it?
Yes.
Yeah,
The rival game, Walker versus Rogers, 1980 in Athens. Herschel's freshman year, everybody thought he'd win the Heisman that year. He did outperform George, so to speak. I had Emmanuel Weaver not rough that punter. We probably would have won that game. Do you remember that one, Jackpot?
I was very, very young, and I've seen highlights of it. I think it was on the ESPN Classic Network, actually. Is that
it probably was. Very good game.
Yeah, George Rogers, he had around like a 70-yard touchdown in that game, and the Georgia defender had the angle on him and just outran him to the end zone. I remember that.
Wait a minute, you're talking about the game in Athens that year, 1980?
Yes.
Actually, I don't remember Rogers scoring a touchdown game. It was it's number 39. I saw the 9. No, it's Carl West. Make that Carl West. I saw the 9. I'm so used to saying George, but it's 39 and not 38. And that was, if I'm correct, I believe Carl West scored a touchdown. I don't want to say George scored a touchdown that game, but Herschel did score a long one. And I just bring that up because I remember Bill Waggy was the WIS radio or WVOC radio back in the day, and I think he went to Baton Rouge maybe later on after that, perhaps. Do you remember that personality, Bill Waggy?
I don't remember that.
Well, anyway, that's just going back way back in the day, and yeah, I grew up listening to Bob Fulton, and that'll be the ball game. And he had a little, and he talked to Frankie. You tell Frankie hello, and he's talking to Frank McGuire, and I listened to all of them. He was the voice. I mean,
yeah,
Bob was the reason I'm a Gamecock today. The way he
back in the day, and everything wasn't on TV.
Sure. All right, caller. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. All right. There you go, Jackpot. Man, he was yelling. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Final call for calls. 803
Yeah,
470.
but I mean, back in the day, I mean, your radio voice was the voice of your team. I mean, everything wasn't on television back then. You were lucky if you were on TV twice a year.
Yeah, you had to actually listen to the games. It was very, very important to know that kind of stuff. All right, let's go back out to the phones. And welcome into the program. Good evening.
Good evening. How you doing? My name's Thomas.
Hi, Thomas.
Hi.
Hey, I'm just calling to say, I've been born and raised Columbia, South Carolina my whole life, but I'm a Tennessee Volunteers fan for life. Tennessee is going to be huge this year. I don't care what anyone says. 12-0 is a very real possibility.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else?
I mean, I know our defense. I think our offense is set in stone, like going to be top 3 SEC. I don't think that's much of a debate.
Hello.
Hooker has a,
Okay.
So you think you're beating Alabama?
I'm thinking 10-2 at worst. If I'm gonna 12-0 is obviously what you want, but I think.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the Alabama thing. Yeah.
No, I think Alabama. We can beat Alabama. Is it at home or away? I honestly can't remember.
It's in Knoxville.
It's at home. It's at home.
It doesn't really
matter.
At home.
I think we can win that one.
I think Will Anderson is going to eat Hendon Hooker for lunch in that game.
Hendon Hooker's got legs. He's got legs. I really think Hooker's the top 3 finalist. He's going to be in New York in December. I think that's easy.
Sure. All right. Anything else?
Well, what do you think? Honest prediction? South Carolina Tennessee game this year.
That's a little ways down the road, but I picked South Carolina to win that game.
Oh.
Carolina 38-35.
I'm not a big. I think Beamer's. I don't hate Beamer. I never thought Muschamp was an answer. I will say Muschamp was terrible, but we've had bad coaches too. So, but I generally think
Muschamp's just an asshole.
45-24 game. Tennessee takes it in Columbia.
No.
All right, man. Well, hey, I appreciate you calling the program. As always, thanks a lot. So there's that.
Yeah, one more question if you don't mind, though.
Sure.
What's your opinion on this whole Dabo Sweeney brother situation?
Okay.
That he got him?
Well,
he's some slapdick from East Aboga,
Right.
Community college.
look,
I mean,
Dabo
do you not think
Sweeney's-
the whole Sweeney family's involved in this? I think it's hard to turn a blind eye to this because you got Deshaun Watson out here breaking laws. I mean, this might be one whole big connection that everyone's turning a blind eye to because it's Clemson. But I think there's a story there to be seen.
Okay, well, that's fine, but they've invested.
Hey, now I can definitely smell what you're cooking here.
Well, and under that logic, why don't we just talk about how JFK wasn't killed and he's coming back, and we can just go follow all the QAnon stuff. We'll just do all of that because all of that makes sense. You're trying to string stuff together, and see, people don't know, or maybe they just didn't. They haven't really done their research, and I understand that. And you being a Tennessee fan, it might be hard for you. But here's the thing. I don't think that you can be cured from being a sexual deviant the way that Sweeney's brother is, okay? He had a traumatic brain injury, and apparently that's what's fucked him up. I don't think he should be on the street again ever. But for people that are tying Sweeney to that, it's insane. Sweeney hasn't been out there Dabo Sweeney hasn't been out there touching other people or doing anything like that. It's just silliness. It's basically what it boils down to.
I don't think Sweeney himself has been involved, but it's very real possible that he knew about it and he just didn't want to say anything because it's his brother.
Well, we can't sit here and try to say, all right, what he knew and what he didn't know. If he knew about it, then, and like if it was like whole Joe Paterno watching what's his name rape little boys in the shower or knowing about that and not doing anything about it, then Sweeney should be held accountable for that. Completely agree with you on that. But until we have proof, it's kind of hard to go with that. So
all right, I'm going to do a private investigation, try to figure one that myself.
Why don't you
when
do
it
that?
comes out, you guys will remember Thomas, the Tennessee fan, told you so.
Sure. The Tennessee fans been calling the show with a lot of things. You also said Tennessee was going to go 12-0. Billy, the Tennessee fan, said they were going 12-0 too. So there's that.
Just wait. Hit it, Hooker. Heisman. It's happening. All
Sure.
right.
Thanks, buddy.
All right. Have a good one.
Jackpot.
Yes.
I have one other thing for you too here. These are things that I am going to bet on this season. That my favorite bets going into the year. All right. I thought I'd share these with you guys. I'm going to place a bet on the under on Clemson and NC State. Whatever the under is, I don't know what it's going to be yet, but I'm placing a bet on the under because I think that's two of the best defenses in the country. It'll probably end up being like a 10-6 game. Seriously. I also like Georgia covering whatever the spread is against Vanderbilt. If it's 35, Georgia covers. All right.
No love for the doors, huh?
No, this isn't an SEC. This isn't an SAT contest. And Clemson will cover whatever the number is with South Carolina in November. And I put this out there for Peg and Megan. He was talking about how he thinks Texas A&M is going to beat their win total. Whatever their win projection is right now, I think it's at 10. If it's at 10, I'm taking the under. He's got him at 11, and he says he's got to do some research. Maybe he'll drop his nuts eventually, and he'll be like, you know what? I like Jimbo Fisher so much. I mean, he's wiped his dick on the curtains of my house several times, but I like him enough that I'm going to go with that. They will not finish with 10 wins or more.
This is like the second show in a row you've talked about dicks being wiped on curtains. Do you have some kind of fetish with that?
No, it's like marking your territory, though. You never wiped your dick on
Kind of weird. Sir, UGA says mine is under for South Carolina win-loss, 5.5 win total. There you go. Well, why don't you go bet your fucking mortgage on that, huh? Come December, you'll be living in a fucking teepee.
TP. All right, well, there you go. JT says, I'm not going to read JT's comment. Biscuit agrees. Texas A&M ain't winning 10. Papa B says, Ole Miss at home in the Egg Bowl. Take the Mississippi State money line. Okay.
Texas 8-4 ain't winning 10. Yeah, and I talked about that the other day in a video I did. With the thing about it is, Texas A&M finishes 8-4 every year. You know, they talk about the white Kevin Sumlin, this and that, and I'm like, damn, that's all funny. But the thing is that as a Gamecock man, I mean, we can't join in on that. We can't join in on that fun making. We can't join in on that fuckery because, we'll never beat them. We won't beat them.
South Carolina. Here's another thing. South Carolina has a better chance of beating A&M this year than A&M does of winning 11 games.
I kind of don't want to see South Carolina beat Texas A&M ever because it's like something's wrong with the world if that actually happens.
Yeah, good point, man. All right, Jackpot. Well, it's been a good show, man. You got anything else you want to?
Somebody was calling.
They hung up. Dropped off. Mm-hmm. You got anything else you want to roll with today? Leonard says, any chance FSU knocks off LSU in the Sunday night game Labor Day weekend?
I doubt it.
I doubt it. I doubt that.
I mean, I just think Brian Kelly's a better coach than old Jay Norvell or whatever his name is.
Mike Norvell?
Mike Norvell. It's basically a home game for LSU.
Yeah. Daddy-O says we still got the boom pox. All right. All right. Well, anyway, we appreciate you guys as always. And we will see you later on as we roll along here with the Rob and Kale show. Thank you guys for checking us out.